In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about how to add and edit podcasts. So if you're on the home page of your dashboard, which will look something like this, we're going to go to the left-hand side. We go down to podcasts and then all items. This is going to take us to the place where all your podcasts, all the current ones that are on the site are. There's only one on here, so if we wanted to add one, we go up to the top where it says Add New. And as with posts, pages, and sermons, and music entries, we start from the top left and we work our way down the page. We're going to create a new podcast called New Podcast. Any information that's on the podcast. So we put in any information that you want to show up on the podcast in the text in the main text editor section, and then we add the audio down in this section right here. So we're going to click on Select Audio right here, and this will take us to the media library, and it will only show us the audios that are in the media library. So we can either select one of them or go to Upload Files, click on Select Files, and then select one from your computer. In this case, we're going to select one from the media library. We're going to select this one here. We're going to click on Select, and now that will be the one that shows up on your podcast page. And you can have a number of different series that this podcast can be a part of. So there's only one series here. If you want to add a new one, what we would do is to click on the Add New Podcast Series. We'll call this one Second Series. And we'll click on Add New Podcast Series. And then we have another one to choose from. We can either make this podcast a part of the second series or the OMG One Moment in God series. So we can select either one, or you can select both. But typically it's going to be part of one series. When we do that, we're going to select this one in this case, and that's the series that this podcast will be a part of. When we're done filling out all that information, we click on Publish, and now we go to our podcast page and we refresh the page, and now we have two podcasts which are on this page, the one here and the one that we just created. We can see what series it's a part of right here. We can see the information that we typed in here, and now if we want to listen to the podcast, we can either click on Listen to Podcast or the podcast name, and this will take us to this podcast, and then we can listen to it. If we want to edit any podcast, what we do again is go under Podcasts, we go under All Items, and we click on this one here. We can either click on the name or Edit. This will take us to the same spot, and then you can go in and edit any of the information that you would put in the first time. You can change the series or do whatever you want, and then just click on Update. One more thing is if you want to delete a podcast, you go back under Podcasts and click on All Items. And if I want to delete this one, I just click on the trash on that one there. And then that doesn't delete it from the website yet. You have to also go into Trash here and then hover over this, and you get the option to either restore it back to the Published section, or you can delete it permanently. I'm going to click on Delete Permanently, so that podcast is now gone. To get back to where all the rest of them are, I click on Published, and now I'm back in the All Items page again. So that's how to add and edit podcasts.